Innovative journalism for a holistic, creative world. Satyabodhak News.
Namaskar. A warm welcome to this edition of Satyabodhak News. In the previous episode, we presented detailed coverage of the very first panel discussion on the MIndmesh summit organized in Singapore. Following that, another discussion was held on the topic AI and design intuition. The panel featured Dr. David Leong, CEO of States Incorporated, venture capitalist Professor Dr. Anand Govindaluri, Dr. Veena Zadav, Associate Dean at Jain School of Global Management, and Professor Arun Patil, Dean of MET's Asian Management Development Center, Mumbai. Each of them shared their thoughts and beliefs. The sessions were moderated by Mr. Rohit Kulkarni, an international integral activist and a scholar of intuition science. Dr. David Leong explained the difference between artificial intelligence and intuition science, emphasizing the importance of their integration and expressing faith in trusting natural instincts. A native of China and a deep student of philosophy, he also reflected on Indian Sanatan Vedic philosophy and presented his study on intuition science based on that.
We say intuition in the time of artificial intelligence, and you're studying a lot of other things from spirituality and other philosophies as well. So if we want to make sure that AI is helpful for the new world, do you have any thoughts in your mind that how AI can be made beneficial for the humanity and the world, where it will not only prosper the society, but it will generate the satisfaction of every individual till last mile? Thank you.
Artificial intelligence learn all the information under the universe. The LLM builds information that is universal, right? And then it says that it ends until 2022. That's because of the processing capacity. But in time to come, they will be as quick as any information that's available. They will be able to subsume it and they be able to generate AI from it. So in this X1 to X4, artificial intelligence is operative in this dimension. At the higher dimension, between X5 to X12, this is the intuitive intelligence that we feel. It is not knowing. Knowing is by learning. At that level, you do not need to learn anymore. You just feel. AI iterates and then predict. Intuition also predict, but it is non-rational, non-linear, and it is operating at unconscious level.
The application of AI in the medical field and added that intuition remains incomplete without proper guidance.
In the segment of healthcare and technology, health tech, we say, what is the progress happening of how it is helping and where we need to be cautious? How whether intuition can support it? What is your take on this?
Artificial intelligence is playing a tremendous role. It is going to disrupt not just sectors, it is essentially going to disrupt economies. So, economic growth of a nation is all dependent on the way you apply AI. It's not just about AI, it's also about digital revolution, and then there is something called as quantum revolution. So the combination of all these three is disrupting the way health is going to be perceived. But now it's no longer about just illness, it's all about wellness. Wellness is a much bigger market than illness. And what I mean by that is essentially it's the probability of you getting unwell. And so that probability is then scored with the help of AI. And then the AI tells you what you have to do so that you don't become unwell. Being in context of a particular device, you're being tracked. Your data is being tracked. And that is essentially the biggest, I would say, disruption that's happening in the healthcare industry. Now, what happens is that on your data, somebody's analyzing that information and somebody's coming up with algorithms. And those algorithms can be basically either intuitive or algorithms that tells you what you need to do or how sick are you going to be, how healthy are you going to be. But if his AI is exploited, in terms of data, in terms of basically say making money, then it is a bane. For me, intuition is incomplete without mentorship. Every intuitive decision that I've taken in my life is because of a mentor, be it a parent in the initial stages as a child, when I didn't know whether I should be a doctor or a scientist or a venture capitalist. It was my parents that I took the guidance from. Then when I became a professional, then it was my boss with whom I was working, the ecosystem, the satsang, that basically becomes an intuitive power.
Dr. Veena Jadhav highlighted the importance of human resource in institutions while presenting her views. She emphasized on the human approach in the development of any organization.
In this changing time, how do you see, ma'am, about HR role would be required? Because if human are not required in organizations, what is the importance of HR manager there?
When you talk of organization, the word organization essentially derives from organism, which itself means something which is living. And it's not the systems which form organizations, it's the people that form organizations. So are we going to see an end to human resources and end to people because of AI? I would say maybe we are not there yet, because parallel to artificial intelligence, there's also human intelligence, which I call as human AI, which is human awareness and human intention. So today when we are talking about what will people do in organization, I think we need to flip the question and ask, what will organizations do without people? Because it is the people who are elevating organizations with ideas, with inspirations. They are the ones who are elevating societies. So I'm certainly sure that HR professionals worldwide don't need to worry about it.
Professor Arun Patil explained the limitations of AI and how intuition goes beyond those boundaries. He also quoted selected principles from Dr. B.R. Panekar's book, Designed Intuition, sparking curiosity among everyone for a deeper study of the subject.
Regarding intuition, designed intuition, if you could share some things from this book and any other things which you would like.
Thank you. Namaste. As you all know, Namaste is a Sanskrit word consisting of two words, Namaha, Te. And roughly translated, it means the God inside me bows down to the God or goddesses inside you. That is Purnavad in nutshell. Jiva, Jagat and Jagdishwar, all three, that is me, my soul, this world and the God, they are all one and the same, three forms of the same Purna Purush, the absolute, the complete man. So today, AI has created so much of fakeness that the line between reality and fakeness has been blurred. It's, in my humble opinion, only intuition that can help us to distinguish between reality and fakeness. AI can never have self-awareness, consciousness, conscience, free will, emotions, empathy, creative imagination, and intuition. All these, all abstract areas, which is what are ruling the world today, AI can never ever have. Einstein had his E is equal to mc square. The author in this book gives a new formula to the world. A is equal to E plus I. A means anubhuti. Anubhuti means realization. E is equal to E, experience. That is anubhav plus I, intuition. So after Einstein, I think this is the formula that can transform the world. And intuition is also called aparoksha anubhuti. That is direct experience without the help of intelligence, rationality, etc., etc. But it's a direct experience, straight way connection. Before the beginning of mankind, also intuition existed. The author has brought about this most important aspect of human life survival. He says it was the fittest, survival of the fittest. But today it is not the question of survival of the fittest, but survival of all the mankind. And it depends only on intuition.
The moderator, Mr. Rohit Kulkarni, who has been deeply involved in the study of intuition science, summarized and underlined the insights of intuition that emerged from each speaker's presentation.
We are highly encouraged and motivated. We know time flies, and even timing is also very crucial for intuition. Catching time and sensing the time is the most important thing. And if we could frame ourselves within that time, then we are not regretting that, okay, I missed the intuition. So right time, right place, right person, right act. So all these right things comes with a wisdom, and this wisdom comes with the help of intuition. And this intuition, for us, intuition is Dr. V.R. Parnerkar, intuition is Gunesh Dada, intuition is Lakshmikant Dada, who always guides us, or they help us to understand what is the intuition and how we act. So all this gathering here is just because of somebody's intuition is not only catching it, but it is a design. So they say that in this book there is a statement, happiness should be the starting point, everything follows. So here for us, after this launch of book, on the day of launching, I told Amol that I think that our first international event would be in Singapore, and that happened. So that is the happiness. And this happiness we started, and I think we take this to entire world. And we come again to Singapore also for the further studies and sessions.
After these two significant panel discussions, the Dr. R.P. Parnerkar Memorial Purnavad IT Awards, jointly presented by the Purnavad Welcome Group Bengaluru and the Global Purnavad family, was conferred. This year, the award was presented to Mr. Surendran Rejin, Global CIO of Wipro and an IT expert from Bengaluru. The award was bestowed upon him by the distinguished dignitaries present. In his acceptance of the award, Mr. Surendran Rejin expressed heartfelt gratitude at the holy feet of revered Master Dr. V.R. Parnerkar and spoke about the importance of 6 disciplines of integral living as elaborated in the Purnavad philosophy.
If I look at what I was about 20 years back and now, it is purely the application of Purnavad philosophy in my life which has helped me achieve this. The Shadanga, or the 6 skills he mentioned, is something which has been a lighthouse in every single activity which I have undertaken. It's very simple, as he mentioned. It's about acquiring skills, and then, as an information technology person, there is nothing more important than acquiring newer skills at every changing point of your career and at every time a new technology is introduced. The second aspect is about planning. And that is, as a senior leader, you cannot live without planning, whether it is planning daily, planning what happens in a project, planning on the vision of how the organization where you are heading the department, where you should take it to. That cannot happen without planning. The next important aspect comes about Lokasangra, or network. You can't be a successful professional without you building a network of not just like-minded professionals in every fashion, whether it's the industry, whether it's the services company you're working with, whether it's even about networking with colleges to attract students who will join your organization or your team. Without networking skills, you can't be a successful professional. The next aspect comes about lokamat, and then in people who work in successful corporates know about, we speak a lot about change management. What is change management? Change management is especially about developing people's opinion or tuning the people's opinion about the change which you are bringing about. And that's the whole aspect about Lokmat, about understanding what you want to implement, develop their opinion and their ideas to suit and tune to what you want to implement. The second is about the knowledge of time, that on whether it's the right time to introduce a change, or how do you bring in the change which is right for the time. And every organization, this is a critical aspect, saying that you can't introduce something well ahead of its time unless the organization is ready for it. So that's where you use a combination of all these things, where you use Lokamat to bring in the right time, but also you wait for the right time to introduce the right technology. And the last, of course, is Upasana, which is personal to you. So with all these 6 skills, and then that's what has helped me grow from where I was. If you ask me,
Advocate Gunesh V. Parnerkar, while guiding the gathering, emphasized on Dr. Parnerkar's principle that intuition is essential for human survival.
We have all discussed upon the most developing sector of information technology and the artificial intelligence, which on one hand developed the world into a global village, and the other hand has dramatically increased the speed of communication technology that communicates with the machine and the human brain efficiently. While we all have been discussing upon the challenges that would arise due to this development, we at MIndmesh have succeeded in having fruitful dialogues between extraordinary professionals, thinkers, and corporate managers like you. We have gone a step ahead to understand how this technological miraculous development can prove a boon to humanity through the design intuition science. Some state that this technological enhancement may replace human efforts, but here I would like to quote Dr. V.R. Parnerkar, where he says, "Every human being has an earnest desire to achieve success in life, and that too with minimum efforts. This desire itself, I believe, is the fundamental inspiration due to which AI has become the buzzword in this era. At the same time, Dr. Parnerkar says everyone wishes to live a happy and contented life independently and as per his wish and will, and that too fearlessly. This can only be achieved with the study and practice of design intuition science propounded by Dr. V.R. Parnerkar. In his book Intuition, he says, we need to understand the fundamental principle that intuition is essential for survival, and it distinguishes humans from machines. To make it even more clear, he says, as intuition fosters gratitude and immediate clarity, whereas intelligence fosters endless analysis, meta-intelligence is an universal phenomena that drives activity at all levels of existence."
In the vote of thanks, Professor Sushil Deshpande expressed gratitude to all the dignitaries, the audience, and especially the members of Singapore Purnavad family. He also thanked the directors of affiliated organizations. The program concluded with the Purnavadi prayer.
We also extend our heartfelt thanks to every speaker and panelist who joined us from across the world. Each of you is a gem, true gem, who spared your valuable time. Considering your enriched experience and your knowledge, which deserves more space, but every word you shared has left a deep and lasting impact.
Let us pause here for today's edition. In the next episode, we will bring you detailed coverage of the first ever idol installation ceremony of the great philosopher and propounder of Purnavad philosophy, spiritual master, revered Dr. R.P. Parnerkar in Singapore. Thank you. See you soon in the next episode of Satyabodhak News. Guru Mantra I Media, the mantra beyond intelligence.